Sofi and stock market investors, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason, and today I'm going to break down some really cool Sofi news for you guys. Today I'm all decked out in my Eagles gear because I was shooting some NFL stuff for my other channel, The J All Day NFL Shows. If you want some NFL content, check that out in the description down below. But oh boy, take a look at your screen right now, guys. 1.4 million shares in Sofi technology purchased by QuantBot Technologies, right? But first, I want to talk to you guys today about the sponsor of this video, and that is Moomoo. Like most of you, I'm new to the Moomoo app, but I must say I do love all the features Moomoo offers its customers. And what separates Moomoo from all these different brokerages is how user-friendly it is. It makes investing in crypto and stocks as easy as it gets. All right, stock market investors, simply fire up that Moomoo app, and at the top of your screen, it has categories for all their different investing opportunities. From crypto, stocks, options, ETFs, it has every strategy you need to take your investing strategies to the next level, right? I personally love the ETFs tab. That is one of my favorite features in this section. Click on ETFs, and once you're there, it has a heat map, it has tools, it has index ETFs, feature list, single stock ETF, leverage ETFs for seasoned investors, inverse ETFs, and even high dividend yield ETFs. Let's go up and click on the featured list tab on the right hand side of your screen. For me, my favorite is VOO. It is $619 per share right now, and this ETF covers the Vanguard S&P 500, right? And another great option is you can buy shares or a fixed dollar amount. You can put in a quantity in dollars, or you can put a quantity in shares. So right now there's 20 US dollars, and you just click the buy button and you are all set. Also, guys, if you open up a new Moomoo brokerage today using my link in the description down below, you get some great benefits, including 8.1 APY on idle cash in your account. Moomoo is also offering free NVIDIA stock depending on your initial deposit. You deposit $100, you get $20 worth of NVIDIA. You deposit $10,000, you get $300 in free NVIDIA stock, guys. It is truly a life-changing app. I made a video earlier in the week talking about institutional ownership for Sofi stock. We'll take a look at that right here. So currently, 1,242 different institutional investors own Sofi shares. 1,172 are long only, 28 are short only, and 42 are kind of doing a spread action there. But institutional shares, 671 million are now currently owned by institutions. We're closing in on 56%, right? So with all these institutions buying, should we be buying too? That's the question we're going to talk about today. And as you guys know, I do own around 6,000 Sofi shares. So here we go. QuantBot Technologies LP acquired 1.4 million shares of Sofi, roughly $25.7 million worth. That's a big buy, especially considering Sofi is already in that high $20 range, guys. So they're buying here expecting to make a profit in the $29 range. So we couldn't possibly see a run up here in Sofi stock in the coming calendar year 2026. Norges Bank also purchased a new stake in Q2 valued at $164 million, and institutional hedge fund ownership now totals about 38.43% of the company. Insiders have been net selling 175,000 shares in the last 90 days. That's nothing. That's absolute nothing. So we're going to go through this article and break down everything that's going on right now, man. So really good stuff here, that QuantBot Technologies LP in the second quarter, according to recent filings from the SEC, 1.4 million shares, guys. Big deal here. Anytime we get a company or a hedge fund, institutional owner coming in and snagging 1 million plus shares at around $30 per share, great news. Other hedge funds and institutional investors have also made changes to their position. Omner's Administration Corp purchased a new stake in shares of SoFi, coming in around $1 million, $892,000 worth of shares. Shelton Capital Management purchased a new position in SoFi in the second quarter, valued at $1.1 million. Lido Advisors, LLC, acquired a new stake in SoFi Technologies during the second quarter worth $200,000. That's about the same size as my stake, so that's nothing to, write home about. But Skandinaviska, yikes, Bank and AP Public grew its holdings in shares by 276% during the second quarter. They now own 6,570 shares of SoFi, worth about $120,000. And finally, Norges Bank purchased a new stake in SoFi Technologies during the second quarter, worth $164 million worth. Holy crap. Hedge funds and other institutional owners own about 40% of the company, but actually it's way more than that. If we take a look at Fintel, that's the most accurate numbers, well over 56%, man. So, in related news, some insiders sold some shares. This is how they take some profits on the success of the company. These are nothing burgers, 10,000 shares. It's not a ton of shares compared to the shares outstanding, right? A value of $1.1 million. Insider directly owned 138,000 of the company, $3 million. Insiders sold a total of 175,000 shares, about $5 million worth. That's nothing in the last 90 days, right? 2.6% of the stock is owned by the company's insiders, right? So again, insiders don't own a huge amount of SoFi stock compared to institutional investors and retail investors, right? But man, a lot of these analysts are changing their rating, $24 to $26. JP Morgan Chase. Keefe, Brewett, and Woods raised their price target from $18 to $20, right? Citigroup raised theirs from $28 to $37 over the next calendar year. Truist Financial did reduce their price on SoFi from $31 to $28. So it's not always rainbows and sunshine over here at SoFi, guys. But we have another company, Needham & Company, $29 to $36. So most analysts, including myself, are valuing SoFi over the next 12 months in that $35-ish range. Maybe up to $40 we'll see by the end of 2026, or we could go on quite the run. S&P 500 inclusion is right around the corner as well, and that's going to force a lot of these hedge funds and ETFs to buy shares of SoFi, which is going to run the price up even more as we move forward over time. But like Robinhood, it took a lot longer than expected to actually get included in the S&P 500, right? So some of these companies, it takes longer. Some of them, it takes shorter. So we got to just be aware of that moving forward, right? The stock market's kind of been choppy here in the last month or so. We've seen upswings and harsh downswings and some chop in the middle, guys. So we're kind of all over the place. But I just want to make you aware that institutions are loading up on SoFi stock, right? So take that into consideration when you're thinking about buying or selling your SoFi shares. SoFi's earnings continue to be good quarter after quarter and year after year. So I'm very happy with the success of the company, right? The company is not always the stock, and the stock is not always the company. They don't trade congruently, right? So we have to take that into consideration as well. But I always want to bring you news when it comes across my desk, guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and we'll catch you on the next SoFi video. Peace.